First guest tonight is an NBC sports analyst, a 10-time NBA All-Star, a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, and a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame who spent 19 seasons in the NBA, including 7 with the New York Knicks. His new documentary, Born Mellow, premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival on June 12th. Let's take a look.
As a basketball dad on the sidelines, it's a little bit different with him because he's been through it, every situation.
Turn it. Turn it. Hey, dude. Hey, I got count that. Turn the corner. I know his potential. So when I see something, it's like, okay, yes, like, thank you.
Please welcome back to the show, Carmelo Anthony, everybody.
Yes, yes. Thank you, guys.
So how is it as a former Knick to see this city finally have this moment?
About time. Yeah. About time, man. When you know, I know what it's like to put that jersey on. I know what it's like to perform in front of the, New York fans. But to see this team, take it over the top and bring it home after a special run in this postseason, it was amazing to see. And just the energy, New York is united right now. It's an amazing feeling.
And it really does, it seems like a special team of guys who also seem united. I feel like you observe them, and again, I don't know what it's like in the locker room, but it genuinely seems like it's a group of guys who really care about each other.
Well, for one, they want to win. For two, they committed to each other. They committed to the organization. But when you're able to go through ups and downs throughout the course of the season and still stay mellow in a sense, it allows this championship run to be that much special.
This is a very cool documentary, and I want to talk about the clip for a second because I imagine it's still passionate. Obviously, you still get passionate watching basketball, but there's probably nothing quite like watching your son play.
No.
And Kiyan, we watch you as a dad, a basketball dad, and it's very fun for me to see that even though you've played at the highest level, you're living and dying watching your son play basketball.
It's amazing when you're able to see your kids do what they love to do, right?
Yeah.
And enjoy it and have fun. And I can just be a dad. I'm also teaching and bringing him along. I still got to raise my son, but as a fan of basketball, to see somebody develop and go through the process and want to get better at a young age, it's an amazing feeling. So I just felt like I wanted to just tell that story now.
Yeah.
Especially being where I'm at.
Do you feel like you're ever in his coach's ear too much? Do you feel like you chirp at the refs too much?
I'm not. I've had my fair share of moments with the refs. Fair share. But for the most part, I'm cool, man. And I get mad at things that I want to see that I don't see.
Right.
And it's sometimes, I have a different point of view from the game of basketball. So watching, AAU basketball or college basketball, it's a lot different for me because the calls are different, the pace is different, the style of play is different.
Right.
So in college, I just sit back and don't say nothing, and I'm cool, and I'm actually a fan of him, and I'm a fan of Syracuse University, and I'm also an alumni of Syracuse University. So when you talk about the balance, it's hard balancing somebody who actually won at Syracuse and then watching your son play and be a fan.
Last time you were here, we talked about he hadn't decided where he was going to go to school, and obviously, you would have rooted. I believe you would have rooted for him wherever he played.
I think so.
I think so. He made it easy on you, though.
He made it easy.
Was that a special day when he told you that he was gonna go to Q's?
It was a beautiful day. I exhaled.
Yeah.
I allowed myself to just be in the moment, and I didn't have to worry at that point because I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
The story continues. The legend continues. And, this is what we want to do. I mean, we want to pass this down to our kids. And for me to have my son wanting to go to the same university that I attended, it keeps that family tight.
You also have a very cool moment in the documentary. It opens with you getting the call that you've been inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. I mean, probably something, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I would imagine something you had an expectation was coming, but there can't be any. I would imagine a moment like that where you get a call and you realize your entirety of your career is being honored that way. It must just be something else.
It's a call that allows you to really breathe.
Yeah.
Right, and I know it was gonna happen eventually. I didn't know so soon, and just the timing of everything. I just felt like it was just divine timing of everything that was happening. Back to back to back, positive things. But to get that call, man, it's nothing like it. I can't sit here and explain what that feeling was. I got the call, and when you watch the documentary, it was a moment of silence, because in 5 seconds, I had to kind of go back on 30 years of playing basketball, from being little to 19 years in the NBA. So it was a lot to take.
My YouTube algorithm, they're always like, hey, every sport, they're like, you want to watch another video of a grown man finding out he made the Hall of Fame? I'm like, I do want to watch that. Yeah. I do want to cry in my office. I would like to watch that right now.
But you're going to cry when you see this one. Yes, you are.
Congrats on your first year as an NBA analyst.
Thank you.
I mean, again, that's a whole nother thing, right? Like, obviously, you've played basketball, you watch basketball.
Yeah.
How did you find the transition to actually, like, talking about basketball while it was happening?
It's a big difference. Talking the game and playing the game is a lot different. And playing the game, you have to go figure it out, and you have to go get it by any means necessary. When you're talking the game, like, I have to take myself out of playing the game and explaining the game, which is totally different.
Yeah.
I can play the game all day long. I can figure it out in a split second, but to get other people to understand the game and comprehend the game, I have to do a great job at that. So I decided to commit to that. If I'm going to do that, then I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to take my notes. I'm going to study the game, because now it's a totally different game than when I played.
You also have a podcast with our friend Kid Mero.
Yes.
7 p.m. in Brooklyn.
Yes.
I mean, did you ever have this sense that your post sort of playing career would be so much talking head stuff?
Nah, but I have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, you do.
For 20 years, man, I've been quiet. I've never said anything. So I have a 20-year journey that I actually speak from experience. So I've never thought about talking after the game, like talking after I was retired. All of this, it just came to me. And I'm excited for the blessing, and I allowed the blessing to come in.
There's also a moment in the documentary, one of the things you want for Kiyan that you really didn't have is you also wanted him to experience what it's like to be actually a college student.
Please,
right?
yes.
And how do you feel like you're doing? Are you sort of encouraging him to like embrace what it means to be a college student?
I am. I'm doing a great job at allowing him to be a freshman in college.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
That's good. I feel like that. Well, again, that's like you have some perspective, which is like, look, this one thing is important, but like you only get to be 19, you only get to be 20, you only get you only get to be these things once too. And I obviously, like, right, there's a professional element to what he's doing now that is different than when you were at college. But it is nice to think that at least he gets to be a kid.
I want him to be a young man on there in college. I want him to have his own experiences. The classes he's taking is a lot different than I'm taking. They taking classes online now and on the phone. A lot of times you don't even have to go to class to take that class. So it's a lot. I didn't have that opportunity. And if I did, I don't know where I would be right now. So this generation is actually better than, I would say, our generation when it comes to having to navigate this world of what they're in and still be responsible to go to class and play basketball and do your work and study. But outside of that, I think I've done a great job of just allowing him to be a 19-year-old guy.
Well, it's a great documentary about both your basketball career and your incredible family, and it's really cool to watch. And thanks so much for being here.
Oh, absolutely.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Carmelo Anthony, everyone stick around. Be right back with